to Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and what other content that y'all go on. I appreciate that very much. I am in Jesus and Jesus is in me. All right, I have a channel message from my Father that He want me to speak on. And these about the children's that's going through this. Because they said that these children's don't supposed to inherit this, but they are. These children are inheriting it. What these parents are going through, these children are inheriting it. It's rubbing off on these children. It's in the generation, but they said that it was not supposed to be in the generation, but it is. You know how you have narcissist parents, mothers and fathers. It ain't only got to be mothers and fathers. It can be brothers and sisters. It could be anybody in the family that got this narcissist problem. And the children are inheriting this. This is what the father's saying. They are inheriting it. And if you see your children acting the way the mothers and the fathers do, you need to get them help before it get too far. Before it get too far, you need to get help for your children. Because this is what's going on in the world now. That's why a lot of these children are doing the things that they are doing, because they don't even know why they are going through this. They don't even know why they feel the way they feel. They just know that they feel something, but they don't know why they feel what they feel. They can't help the way they act because it runs in the family and they can't help it. So when you know that you have a problem and you know deep and down in your soul that you know you have a problem, you need to go and get some help. Don't be scared to get some help on what your problem is, because that's the only way you're going to get better. That's the only way you're going to get better, is to go get some help. Now, I don't know if they have medication for that. I don't know. But what I'm saying, that if it's other ways that you can know how to control these feelings that y'all have, then once you know how to control it, then you can teach your children how to control it, so they won't have to end up turning out like the parents are. This is what y'all got to understand. This stuff is rubbing off on your children, and your children don't even understand why they act like that. They don't understand why they act the way they do. They just get upset for no reason and don't even know why. Don't even know why. Now, I'm not going to say that both of the parents have the sickness. It might be one of the parents that have the sickness. And if the other parent noticed the sickness from that parent that have it, therefore they need to teach the children's, what that problem is that person have, and get some help before it gets out of hand. Because when you have a narcissist problem, these things can go to an extreme where they can hurt themselves or hurt somebody else if they don't get help. And sometimes you don't even have to have a narcissist problem. You don't even have to inherit this. It's just that you can be around a narcissist for a long time, and it can rub off on you and make you act like that because you've been around that person so long that it just rubbed off on you and you don't know how to control it. But you don't realize that you have this narcissist problem. You don't realize you have it. But if you look at the pattern of the time of you being with another person and you see how this person act, and then all of a sudden you start acting the same way once that person, you break up and you leave that person and you start acting like that, then that lets you know that by you being around that person, it rubbed off on you and it was making you act the way the other person acted that you was around. That's what y'all got to understand. It can go both ways. It ain't always got to be inherited in the family. You can pick it up and don't even know that you have that problem until you start seeing a lot of people moving away from you out of your life and study telling you that you got a problem, but you don't want to accept that you know deep down in your soul, you know you have this problem, but you don't want to accept that you got the problem. So the only way you can cure that is to accept that you have the problem. That's the only way you can control it, is by accepting it, that you know you have a problem. If you don't accept it, then how are you supposed to know how to control it if you can't accept it? This is what God is helping me to speak on to y'all that got these problems. Because you don't understand that you don't always got to inherit it. You can always pick it up from the person that gets it, and it rubs off on you because you've been around that person so long that you done picked it up. It's just like, say when you marry and you've been married to a person so long that you start to look like that person. And people think that you're brothers and sisters, but that's really your wife. And people think that y'all brothers and sisters because y'all starting to look alike. That's the way it is. That's how it is when you're around somebody that have a narcissist problem and you know for a fact that that person has a narcissistic problem, but you still keep being there and you know that person got it, but you still keep being there, and then you picking it up. You picking it up and don't even realize that you picking it up until you start dating somebody else. And then when you start dating somebody else and you start treating that person the same way that the narcissist person treated you, then you starting to treat that other person the same way you was treated, and then you start realizing it that you got a problem. You start realizing it because you see that's a pattern. That's a pattern that you have. That's a pattern, and it's moving on. And you trying to give it, you trying to not think that you got that narcissist problem, but you do. And then the other person that realized that you got it, they hurry up and get away from it before it rub off on them because they don't want it. Because they see the pattern. They see the pattern. And then you got to look at this. It's people in the family that you know that could have a narcissist problem. And then when you end up dating a narcissist problem that got a problem, you know to pull away from it because you know that it's other people in your family that you know that gets it. And you know the sickness that they have, so you know not to follow into that because you already know that you see the pattern, so you pull away from it and get away from it before it try to touch you. You see, this is what y'all got to understand. It can rub off on you and you can inherit it. Your children can inherit it. So when you start seeing your children all of a sudden just getting upset over things that just don't make sense, just get upset over a little thing and it just don't even make sense to get upset over. It's time to get them some help. It's time to get them some help. So that letting you know right there something is wrong. So why are you getting upset over something that you should not be getting upset over, that don't even make sense for you to get upset over? It's time to get them some help. That's what y'all got to understand. Because they said that this stuff don't inherit into your family, but it does. It really do inherit into your family. So when you start noticing stuff like that from your children's, get them some help before it go too far. Because you can stop it before they get older. So when they get in a relationship, they will have a normal mind to know how to treat a person. They would know how to do that because they got help while they was younger. So it's better for y'all to do that. When y'all see that y'all child is acting out. And you got to know where they got it from. Because if they didn't get it from you, then it got to be coming from the next person that you was with. Think about that. This is what the Father want me to speak on. Y'all got to understand that this stuff is serious. This is not a game. It's a disease that these people have, and they don't know how to control it. And it can go farther, where it can harm them or they can harm somebody else. So y'all need to get your children's checked out before they hurt somebody else in your family and they end up in a situation that they can't get themselves out of. Think about that. Get your children some help. If you see that pattern, get them some help. Because like I said, they can end up in a situation that they're not going to be able to get themselves out of if they hurt somebody else off of this sickness that they have. So, this is what the Father wanted me to speak on. And this is what I'm speaking on. Thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you. Father love you. The Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, and I love y'all. And I will be back to talk to y'all again soon. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day.